Was it hard to leave that behind? The idea of becoming a visual artist in New York?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Because I was satisfied with music in a creative way. So for me, I think my mother was upset about it, you know? And I think that was the most difficult thing, like upsetting my mother. Because my mother's also a visual artist. But I mean, she wasn't putting any pressure on me, but I think it was a little upsetting that I had worked for so long in one direction, in a way, in an art form that she understood, and also it's also my family goes back on my mother's side, goes back generations of there's portrait painters for generations, so it just seemed like a natural extension of who I was, part of this family. But for me personally, I didn't lose any sleep over it. I just, as long as I'm doing something creative, it could be cooking. You know, as long as it's something where I can put that energy, it can be anything.
So for you, that was my question. What are the similarities between making music and well, painting, doing art?
Well, the way I look at it is, I don't think your brain knows the difference. Your eyes and your ears obviously do, and situations change based on doing either one, but your brain is still considering, you know, still working with ideas of concept, still working with composition, still working with ideas of, you know, like knowing when to stop, thinking in terms of narrative, thinking in terms of having, you know, conveying a sort of a personal expression, but trying to make it as sort of relatable as possible to someone else. You know, all those things are the same considerations you'd have in either art form. So it's the same in a way. And also, but then there's different aspects of making music. You know, there's the live, there's the performance aspect, which is a communal thing, and it only exists then, and then it's gone forever, and it's in someone's memory. You can't like experience that again. And it's, you know, if you're playing with a band, it's with other people, you're playing for an audience, you know, that's one thing, and that's a really living and breathing thing that's intangible, that's really exciting about music. But then there's like the recording process, which is more akin to maybe the process of painting, when you're like working in a studio and you're crafting something and you're trying to make like if you were working on a body of work in, you know, in visual art, when you're making a record, you're doing the same thing in effect. And it's a way of, it's like a diary of a certain period of time.